All right, let's go take a look at this mid-school math activity where they're giving you a temperature change, right? If there's a big temperature change in the snow, we know there's an avalanche danger. And when we say temperature change, we're talking about what's the difference. What's the difference? And by that, that's where we go, which is learned yesterday, is a subtraction problem. And so we're going to take these two temperatures and do a subtraction with them. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at one. And I've got these thermometers here. I'd like you to graph this on your papers. Let's take a look at this first one. We're going to go minus 22 degrees. Where is that at? Here's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. And I'm going to draw a dot here. And let's write that that's minus 22 degrees. That's really cold. Celsius, centigrade is what we're working with. And then the other temperature, I guess I should make that a little bigger, huh? Hope you can see that. The other temperature we're going to use is minus 6 degrees. So here's 0, and it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And minus 6 degrees would be here. So I've got minus 6 degrees and minus 22 degrees. And one way to think of this when I say difference or subtraction is we're literally just asking how far is it between these two dots. And one way you could do this is just count. Now watch how this works, and then we're going to see how combining numbers also does this. So I'm going to add these. I'm just going to count from here to here, and that's the difference between those numbers. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we know our answer is going to be 16 degrees. There's a 16 degree difference from negative 6 degrees to negative 22 degrees. And how did I find that? I just counted them. So let's go take the next problem and let's see who has the biggest temperature difference. This next one's at a minus 15 degrees. 5, 10, 15. So I'm going to put a dot here. And you should be doing this on your paper too as notes. In this I'm going to put minus 15 degrees. And the other temperature I'm going to do is going to be at minus 2 degrees. Here's 0, minus 1, and minus 2. Just below the 0 is minus 2 degrees. I'm going to zoom way on here so we can really see how am I counting this. Right? Let's make sure we really get a clear picture of this. Focus a little. Yeah, beautiful. So right, here's, I messed it up. That's not minus 2. You can scratch that out. Okay. Here's 0, minus 1, minus 2. Good thing I zoomed in. There's minus 2. Right? And so we're going from 0, minus 1, minus 2, from this dot down to the 15. 5, 10, 15, down to 15. And how far is it? Well, let's count them. And then we'll know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this difference is 13 degrees. See how that worked? Let's go look at the other problem. What did we have? We came up with 16 degrees, right? We counted from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And this one's 13. So who has the bigger change right now? Well, at the moment, the bigger change is this one over here. A 16 degree change, whereas this one here only has a 13 degree change. Let's go look at this last problem, and then let's look how we're supposed to do this with combining numbers, okay? So let's go to this third thermometer. Go back here. Refocus this. Here we go. And this one we're going to use minus 20 degrees. Okay, let's get this right. So 0 was here. I should make these zeros bigger. There's 0 is in here. 0 is here. 0 is here. So I'm going to go minus 20 degrees. 5, 10, 15, 20. Minus 20 is here. And the other one's going to be positive 5 degrees. 0 in a positive direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 degrees. And if you had this on a number line like this, it would be really easy because we can just count these. All right, so we're going to go ahead, focus this again. I didn't focus really good. Let's try again. Yeah, that focused good. All right, let's count this, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I can see that this spread in here is 25 degrees. This one here is the most dangerous. So here's our 3. And you're going to just see by which one kind of has the bigger line, right? That won't work when you're doing the mid-school math because they're not having them to scale. But we can see that this is the most dangerous. And the least dangerous would be this one, 13, least. So I wanted you to see how that's working on a number line. And this is really subtraction that's going on. We're doing a negative 6, subtract a negative 2. A negative 2, subtract a negative 15. And a 5, subtract a negative 20. So let's take a look. What does that look like if I'm writing a subtraction problem? Because that's really what we're after doing. So I'm going to take this first problem and show it a little differently. Let's go in here so we can see this. Rewrite this problem as a subtraction problem, right? And I see negative 6 subtract a negative 22. See that? Now, let's go quick because we practiced this already. Is I draw my dots behind the number. I make my bubbles. Surround the whole number and the bubbles have to touch. I cross off any plus signs. There aren't any. And I cross off if there's 2 negatives in the same bubble, I can cross them off. So what really are the numbers I'm combining, right? I'm combining a negative 6 and a 22. And that's no longer negative because those 2 negatives cancel each other. So really what I have is a 22 and a 6. And if I were to go ahead and make a stack, 22 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 22, a stack of 22 of these, right? And then over here, these are negatives, and I'm only going to do a stack of 6 of those, right? We would see that those 6 would cancel out with 6 of these. And I'm going to be left with a positive answer. I'm going to be left with this black one, 6 less than 22. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. There's 16 left here. And that's my final answer. Ah, look. Same answer we got over here. 16. But we did it not by subtracting, not by a number line, but by combining numbers. And this is what I want us to really focus on. So let's verify that with these others. This one here, we know we're going to get an answer of 13. But we're going to write this problem as, and I'd like you to do this in your notes, please, as a negative 2 subtracting a negative 15. And again, we get in the habit of picturing this. Eventually, we're not even going to draw these because your mind is just going to look at this. And when I ask you, what do we really have when we're combining? You're going to say, Mr. Inez, I know you said negative 2 subtract negative 15, but really what we have is we're combining a negative 2 and not a negative 15. We're combining a 15 because 2 negatives in the bubble take away the negative, disappears, a negative 2 and a 15. That's what we're combining. And again, so if I look at this, I've got a stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them, and only a stack of 2 of the negatives. 1, 2 of them. These are canceling each other. This is our additive inverse where those 2 cancel. And they're gone. And I'm left with 13 of them, and these are black. They're positive. Final answer, 13. Yep, and it agrees with what we got here. The distance between these, subtraction, change, difference, is 13. Do our last one, and then we're done with this. And then go ahead and try and get your green dots, if you would, So again, let's set up that subtraction problem. That's a 5, so I'm going to subtract. I'm going to subtract 5, subtraction, negative 20. I'm going to draw my bubbles by putting a dot behind the number. I'm going to connect the numbers, the dots, with bubbles. And I'm going to cross off any pluses, and I'm going to cross off 2 negatives in the same bubble. And look what I end up having. I got 2 numbers, and they're both positive. I have a 5 and a 20. Now when I add this, I got a stack of 20 of them here and a stack of 5 of them here. I put 20 together and 5 together, and I get my final answer of 25. Which again looks just like what we got using the number line. So a completely different ways to look at it, and you're going to find that this writing it as a subtraction problem, identifying the numbers that we're combining, lands up being really quick and much faster than having to work on this fine-tuning on a number line. All right, I hope this helped. Good luck with getting your green dots. Thank you.